Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Prosperity. My name is Selena Fletcher. I am here to teach you about DIY credit repair. I am here to drop some generational gems on you. We're here to break generational curses and be financially free. Just a little info about me. I'm Selena. I'm 23 years young. I have a wonderful son. His name is Bryson Amir Fletcher, who is my world. And I work for CenturyLink. I am a tax preparer. I am an assistant. I am a jack of all trades, basically. And to be honest, before this year, I knew nothing about credit. I knew nothing about fixing credit. I knew nothing about FICO. I knew nothing about credit cards. My credit sucked. I was 480 and below. So if you think you can't do it, take it from me. You can, because over a course of a couple months, trial and error, I figured it out myself. So we're going to jump in and we're going to talk about first topic. Topic number 1. We're going to talk about FICO. Not everybody know what FICO is. I didn't know what FICO was, but FICO plays an important role in our lives, guys. FICO is, the actual term is Fair Isaac Corporation. FICO for short. Basically, what it is, it's a company that does predictive analytics. And that means they take all the information and compile it into one thing. And that one thing is our credit score. And to do that credit score, they basically take the debt we owe, collections that we owe, do we make on-time payments, how much do we utilize our credit cards, and they put it into one big score. And that basically brings me into question number 1. What is considered a good score? Guys, I know you think that a 3 or 4 or 5 is horrible, and you think a 6 and a 700 even is good, but actually it's not. A 760 is considered to be a great FICO score. To start off, it's just good, and to go up further is excellent. Currently, I am at 680 myself, which means I need a little bit more work, but trust me, by the time March roll around, I will be into the 800 club myself. So we need to talk about, how did I fix my credit? Question number 2. How did I fix my credit? Like I told you guys, before this year, I knew nothing about credit. All I knew was I was young. I was done with my credit. I ain't care about credit. I ain't know how to fix credit. And I was just like, okay, who cares? But now I'm at the point, I'm like, I do want to leave something behind for my son if I happen to ever leave this world early, and God forbid that happens. So one day I woke up, I said, let's get on this ball. Let's fix this credit. It's trial and error, guys. I didn't know where to start. All I know is I started with FICO and understanding it, because once you understand what FICO is, you take into account what you need. Because if you look up FICO and you actually get on Google, they'll break down what percentages they use in order to determine your credit score. But this brings me to question number 3. Getting rid of inquiries and disputing, and basically making payment plans. To get rid of your inquiries, such as old inquiries that you paid on, all you have to do is call them. Hey, my name is Selena Fletcher. My social security number is 123456789. My birthday is 9/12/96, and I'm just calling because I've paid off this debt a long time ago, and it's still on my credit report as a closed account or delinquent or something. Can you guys check into that, and just can you remove it? Basically, some companies, they'll be just like off back. Okay, cool. Like, all right, let me check into this. Let me run the system, and we'll tell you what we can do. And then boom, it'll be gone within a month or month and a half. It takes a while for things to actually remove. And to disputing is easy, but at the same time, it's tedious. If they misspell a portion of my name, say my name is spelled Selena. If they spell it SA, that's incorrect. That's not me. If they get my birthday wrong, it's not me. My social security wrong, it's not me. If my address is wrong, it's not me. I can dispute it. That means it has to get off my credit report. And if they don't take it off my credit report, they are in violation of different codes, which I will probably tell you about in part 2 of this video. So that is how I do it. Another way to do it is to actually just write the credit bureau, or actually just write a letter to this person and get it notarized, and be like, this is not me. I didn't authorize this. Take it off my credit score. They will send you a report or something, or a letter within 10 business days. If they can't provide you with the accurate information, and they can't say, oh, well, such and such, such and such, such and such, they're in violation of different codes, which means they can get in trouble. And your next letter should be telling them, okay, where you're in violation of this, and this code. And I'm pretty sure you'll be getting a letter saying, okay, well, we removed it. It takes a while to remove things, so don't get discouraged if they don't remove it off back, or if a dispute doesn't go through. It's okay. It takes, like I said, it's tedious. It's easy, but tedious. And if you want to learn how to dispute, you can get on Credit Karma or Experian, 2 great sites that can actually help with disputing. And if all else fails and you can't get it off your credit report because they got you red-handed, boom, you know you can't do nothing. They got your signature, everything. What you can do is set up a payment plan. I used to work for a collection agency. They gonna take anything you give them. You can owe them $500,000. And I promise you, they gonna take a $5 payment on that $500,000. I'm not joking. So what I have 2 of my things that are bringing my credit score down, I pay $5 payments on them until I can actually just pay them off. And what you can do is call them up, be like, I'm such and such, this is such and such. I want to set up a payment arrangement to make $5 payments every month. They gonna take it. They don't care. They gonna take whatever you can give them. So that's another way to do it. How long does the process take? The process can take a while. I'm not going to say it's easy off back. You have to learn the ins and outs of doing it. It is a trial and error, but it's not a bad error thing. Like, once you start removing things off your credit, I promise you, I removed one thing off my credit and it went up like 72 points in one day. You can't be 72 points. So it may take 3 months, it may take 2 months, who knows. It doesn't always go off when you want it to. But if you stay persistent and you keep the faith that you have, it'll eventually go off and your credit score will shoot up like really fast. And you'll be like, I was just at a 480 and I went from 480 to about 550 in no time. So that was a pretty good jump for me. And so applying for credit cards. So when I first got my first credit card, it was through Capital One. It was a secured card, which basically means I have to put down a deposit for it. So how the secured cards go is you have to have like a certain credit score. I knew when I was at a 480, I would not be able to. So me getting those inquiries off, I was able to get the credit score I need, which was that 550, 530, I think. And it was able to allow me to get a credit card. So it's like a black Capital One credit card, and it's secured. My deposit was $99, and it was based off what I make. I grossed $35,000 in the year of 2018, and I have the card right here to show you guys. I'm covering up all my information. This is what the Capital One secured card looks like. It's black, and then it has like this orange, reddish trimming. The initial credit line will be $200, and some people, they had different deposits. I guess it's just based off of what you make each year and your actual credit score at the time. And like I said, mine was just $99 and I paid it. I got a credit line limit of $200. And when I first started off, I read up that you should leave at least 80% on the card. So if my credit line limit was $200, I would probably just use $185, $180. And it will literally make your credit score jump up higher. And ways that I learned how to manipulate that is, this credit card, particular card right here, the credit card bill was due on the 28th of every month. So it was trial and error. I had to figure it out. So I knew if it was due on, say, 28th of January, that the credit bureaus and the Capital One would send my information over the 1st of February. So when I got paid bi-weekly. So I would say if I used, I had 180 left. I would pay that $20 back basically. I would not touch my car. I would freeze it. I would make it so that I can't do anything on it. And I knew the credit card bill was on 28. I paid that on the due date. I mean, because some people pay theirs earlier. I mean, hey, that's fine. It doesn't really determine anything, honestly. They want to make sure that you're just paying it on time. So I paid it on time on the exact date, and I froze it. Basically, I did not touch it. I did not do anything with it until I knew it would update on the 1st of February. And after the 1st of February, I would use the credit limit again. But this time, I would leave like, I would probably do 170. I leave 170 on the card. When it's due, I pay it back. I don't touch it until it updates the credit information, and then boom, my credit score goes up. So that's how I went about doing it, and it actually worked. So sometimes I started at 80. I left like 80% on the card, and I would leave like 75% on the card and 65, and I would pay it all back, and that way it would constantly keep making my credit score go up actually. But to start off, you would leave 80% on your card because that's the best thing to do. So I would say use your card for like gas purposes, buying little odds and ends, some snacks or whatever. But using it as a gas card is the perfect thing to do. Actually, that's how I started off. And after I used it like that, I eventually, in my credit score, I guess it got to like 637. I eventually applied for a credit builder loan at Centric. And the way that went about was I got a credit builder loan. I pay $86 a month for the next 5 months. And I get that $500 back at the end of those 5 months. And they report at the end of the month, just make sure that you pay on time. I also invested in another card, which is the Capital One Quicksilver card. Is actually a reward card as well. So whatever you buy, you get rewards with it. I had a credit line limit of $500, and after 6 months, I think it jumps to like $1,500 or so. I guess it's different with people and how I make sure, but I make sure I pay it on time every month. This is due on the 16th of every month. So I know if it's due on the 16th of January, then I know that they'll update probably the 1st of February, like always. That means I will pay the credit card bill on the 16th of January. I will not touch this card until after the credit bureaus have updated, and that will be the 1st of February. And that's how I went about manipulating. So basically, if you want to use all the credit line limit on your card, go ahead. Make sure you pay it back on its due date. If you can do that, if you decide, I want to use everything up, make sure you pay it back on its date. If you do not, they will penalize you. It will be late, and it will go on your credit score and make your credit score go down. So if you know, I can't use everything on this credit card, do not use everything on this credit card. Leave at least 80%, and your credit score will automatically go up, I promise. And that is how I went about applying for credit cards and loans. Basically, I started with deleting all the inquiries off of my credit report, getting rid of the disputes. Like I said, the main things with the disputes are the main websites you want to try to access is Credit Karma and Experian, the best ones to access if you want to do disputes off your credit report, because they are so helpful. They teach you step by step and how to do it, and it's actually, Credit Karma is free. Experian, the basic account, is free. Now, if you want Experian that comes with the booster of boosting your credit score, you can also do that. I'm not sure how much a month that is, but you can do that as well. And so that's how I started off, getting all the inquiries off, disputing, making payments for arrangements, pay arrangements. After I got it up to a certain amount, I applied for my first credit card for Capital One. I think this is an awesome startup card for anybody who is looking to boost their credit score. And then I feel like this is a great second startup card for anyone looking to actually keep constantly growing their credit. These are two awesome cards you guys should invest in. And then we're gonna get into how long does the process take. The process can take, some things can fall off in a month, some things can fall off within 2 months, some things can fall off within 3 months. It is a process. For like, even when you go to a credit repair specialist, it is a process. Everything is a process. So you have to be patient with doing this, because I know it's going to be frustrating off back. You're not going to understand. But if you take your time and you actually just sit back and try to understand, and you try to go through the process and say, oh, well, I want better. And if you deserve better. As a generation, we all deserve better. So when we sit here and take out the time to do our credit score, we are giving better. If you have children, they deserve better. They want better. We're breaking generational curses, guys. So let's break those curses by starting off with money wise, financial wise, so we can leave our kids something, because we don't want to leave our kids in debt, for one thing. We don't want to have a suck credit score. We don't want to sit here and have nothing to show for our life. We don't want to sit here and leave them nothing. We want to leave them with something. That's why I'm making this video, because not only do I have a child, and not only is he my world, I know you guys have kids as well. And I know people are young and they don't know a lot. That's why I originally created this channel, because we're here to learn and break generational curses. So like I was saying, the process, it takes a minute, but it is worth it. I went from 480 to 680, and within, I predict in March, I will be at a 780 or 800 credit score. And I'm ready, guys, because I'm ready to purchase my first home as a 23-year-old, and that will be such a great milestone. And I know you guys want to do that as well. And more steps I did to keep improving my credit score. I checked on my credit score weekly, monthly, daily, hourly, minutely, anythingly. I made sure I saw what was going on with my credit score. I had alerts set up. I made sure I was disputing correctly. I made sure if they don't have proof that it was me, I'm disputing that off back. I'm sending out letters, notarizing them. Everything that I did was the steps that I took in order to do that. And I'm going to get deeper into credit repair in our second video. I just want to thank you guys for tuning in this time and actually listening to me and listen to the steps of how I took to improve my credit score. I hope you guys subscribe, and I hope you guys set the notification to see the next video. Thank you, and you guys have a wonderful day.